peeps? This is Alyssa, and I'm here with my co-host and faux little bro Andre.
And welcome to another episode of Teachers Like Us.
I don't know what to do with
I
my
don't.
hands. I get really uncomfortable. You can see
Oh,
me.
welcome to another episode of Teachers Like Us.
Oh dear. Um, I would just like to start by saying that clearly I have no standards for the way that I appear on camera because I really thought that once we started doing these video pods that I was going to be like, I got to look nice like cuz I don't care. Like you know what? I'm getting my hair braided, so that's why my hair is like blow
So,
dried, but
then what is upkeep?
I don't care.
Get this lioness head top.
Listen, you're not funny.
um
So yeah.
see, like you cracked your little like
Yo, my
ask
joke
your
last
wife
week.
jokes last week, and I can't it's so bad. Like I love everyone in your family just so much that I wouldn't talk about them like that. But you see, my wife that you work with, you see how you talk about her. It's crazy.
That's because I love her. That's because I love her that I know I can crack those jokes and she'll be like, she gets it. If she didn't get it, I'd be like ultra nice. I'm ultra nice if I'm like, if I don't like you.
So what she's saying is she's ultra fake.
I mean, it's not a
if
lie.
she, if she doesn't know you or doesn't like you, then she's
It's
like, oh
true.
my gosh, how was your weekend?
1000%. I am dry and sarcastic to the people that I know and like that's my personality. So
Jokes.
it is what it is. If I'm overly nice to you, I don't care. Like I actually don't. Ugh, it's getting worse. I should have stopped talking.
Exactly. You went,
Now everyone's gonna be like,
yeah. I remember that last time she said hi to me and I felt a way about it. Now I know. I confirmed. Fake hi.
Sorry.
Anyways, mental health check. How are
Me
we doing out
first?
here? Yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, my mental health check. Okay, so I'm overwhelmed, I'm overstimulated. I definitely hit my like burnout thing. I hit peak burnout. This week I knew it was coming. Like I posted about it last week and I was like, yo, I think I'm headed towards burnout. And it's hard because I really enjoy what I do. So like to take on a little bit extra doesn't always feel like a lot until it does. And then I'm like,
True.
oh, like I'm overwhelmed. And so this week I literally just like I was supposed to take a vacation day on Monday and I couldn't because there were so many things happening. So I worked over the weekend, went in on Monday, and I crashed so hard. And yeah, like it, so I'm kind of like in this like trying to recuperate type thing, but like if I'm gonna be honest, I'm in a weird place. And I'm in a weird place only because like I got like a swift kick in the pants, like a reminder that like life doesn't stop, right? And so like I felt like, or I feel like there's just no time. There's no time to have these moments.
But it's crazy. Like we talked
Yeah.
about what's it called? We talked about teacher burnout before and like,
Mm-hmm.
trying to mark like, okay, I'm approaching. Let me cool off or let
But
me
I
find
did
something to
that.
do. And look at
I
you.
did that. I know I said I'm heading to burnout. I'm going to take a vacation day on Monday. And then things just things were thinking. And
Monday
like
was Monday.
Monday was Mondaying. And so like I hit it and I hit the wall hard. Um and yeah, it's just like it's a hard thing to kind of reconcile when you love what you do because I genuinely do. Like I have so much fun creating and being not an expert but like being knowledgeable in something and like I said this
Yeah.
last week. I was like tooting my own horn like I feel useful at this. And so it's hard to kind of switch gears and then not do things.
Mm.
And then again, there's like 50 million other things to manage, right? Like work is not the only thing that exists. And so, like, I don't know. Sometimes it feels super overwhelming and I don't really know what the solution to that is. Um, like everyone's always like, ask for help, but like, okay. Okay, like, I don't know. So mental health check, I will say that like overall, I'm okay. I'm nowhere near like where I was previously when I was burnt out, if that makes sense. So if you've been listening to the pod for a while and you've heard me say like, I'm burnt out, I was burnt out, but I also didn't really love what was happening, right? Like my situation wasn't great.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it was like double. Oh no, no, no. Oh, I was like, we're paused. It was like double, like it just didn't work out. This time I feel like overall things are good. I'm just actually exhausted. I'm exhausted by everything. So I'm just trying to like plug away. So I wouldn't say like I'm my full self, but I'm still a good version of myself, I think.
Yeah, I think like one thing I've noticed stepping out of not just the classroom but out of like a school every day, like your own school. Like I'm going to schools, but my own school every day, is that like I do a lot in the whatever the hours of school are, that 9 to 3 or whatever. Like a
Right?
lot happens, or a lot of moving now for me, because I'm visiting schools, is driving up and down,
Yep.
and you don't realize like who has time to eat, who who
It's
has time to drink
true.
water. There's days where I look up at the time on my computer and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been sitting here and staring at this and just type
Yep.
email, type, make this, do this, make this infographic, do that, make this
Yeah.
presentation, send it off. And you just end up sitting in one spot for, like 4 hours or something like that.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
would
like,
say it's busier than people realize. Like people think board jobs are super cushy.
yeah.
And I'd say they have their perks for sure, but you're going and you don't stop. And there's never a moment where you're like, I'm caught up on everything. Because if you dare utter those words, 15 more things are getting added to your plate. Or like things are happening in the world that are impacting classrooms and impacting students. And so
Yeah.
like it just feels like it never ends. But enough about me. Mental health check for you. How you doing?
I'm good. We didn't have a pod last week because my oldest, it was her birthday. So we're
Woo!
out
Insert
here
applause.
out here with a whole 5-year-old now, which
That's
is
wild.
mad weird, but
I still remember you running out of the building like, Jason, she's giving birth. I
yeah,
gotta
oh,
go with your
see, that's
backpack.
true. I don't think that's something I ever like spoke about. Like I was at work the Friday that my firstborn daughter was born. I was at work and my wife messaged me at like, I want to say 3:07, like, you need to get to the hospital now. So luckily, bell rang. Duty was half over. I went and grabbed my bag and I saw Alyssa on my way down the stairs. I was like, she's
I
she
gotta
said I
go.
have to go. I have to go.
With your
She said
backpack just
she said I have to go. But yeah, so wild just weekend. October is very busy for me family wise.
mm-hmm.
I so everyone you meets up for like Thanksgiving family dinners and stuff like that. So I know that there's a lot of October babies in my family. Did not realize it was so much more than I thought. So I've always complained like, hey, I hate October. Why are all of you born in October? I have no money. I'm poor because
New
all of you are
Year's
born in
babies,
October.
but go on.
All of you are born in October. I went to my we had like a family gathering for Thanksgiving at one of my cousin's house, and so her mom was like, yeah, okay, we're gonna gather all the October babies. People just walking up. I said, when were you born?
Who said you could be born in October?
Yeah, I thought, okay, it's like 4 or 5 of them. It was like 6 of them that walked up, and my oldest daughter wasn't even there. So I was like, not even including her. And 6
Wow.
of you are here. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And
I told you. New
I
Year's
have an
babies. Everyone's just
yeah,
partying.
it's true. It's very true. I partied as well. No.
So
But yeah, like
excited.
I even have a party to go to for another birthday party this weekend. My sister's birthday is today. Recording on Thursday. Her birthday's tomorrow. I had an
Wow.
aunt's birthday who was today. My grandmother's birthday was 2 days ago. It's a lot. it's a lot. It's a lot. But other than like having no money, life is good.
Listen, nobody has any money right now. You are not the only one. We are all
uh
out here like, how do I take a third job? Not even a second job.
exactly.
Like, help.
Exactly. But life is good. I'm still I want to say getting used to the role, because now, we spent a lot of time like developing like who we are and what we want our goals to be as we're
Mhm.
going into the schools. So that's been cool to kind of like collaborate with the people on my team. But now we actually get to go into the schools and see if all the work that we did, if it's actually going to be meaningful. And it's been exciting for me. Like one thing that I wanted to have my old school, so the school that we were coming from, I wanted that to be one of the schools that I get to support. And I found out that it is. So I was super excited about that.
Snaps all
Um,
around.
but yeah, other than that, life is good. Life is good.
That's good. I was gonna say something, but I won't. Still, I don't. Okay,
I'll
do you want me to jump in with our tweet of the day or our post of the day, our meme of the day?
Our meme of the day. We
Meme of
can
the day.
have some laughy time.
Uh-huh. I only have one today, so it's not so much laughy time. Um,
Your reading voice.
I need my reading glasses, my monocle. Okay, so it says, I hate when I tell someone I'm a history teacher and they immediately start quizzing me on historical facts, as if I need to prove myself. I didn't ask you to list the tax codes, Josh. Leave me alone. It's true though. How come when you tell people that you teach something, all of a sudden they're like, so tell me about, calm down. Like, I'm
No,
not a party trick.
you know what you hear all the time? Like when I go, oh, you're a teacher. Oh,
Must be
so house
nice.
those must be nice with all those summers off.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, hey, shut up.
It's
Shut up.
true. Must be nice to have all those breaks. Yeah, it is. Thanks.
Exactly. You could have been one too, but you suck. Now what?
It's funny because I was telling Daddy Bear either last week or the week before, we were having that conversation about like those who can't do teach
Okay.
type of thing, which I think, it actually is an interesting thing that we could get into a little bit. Well, it's not today's topic, but let's touch on it a little bit. So, okay, so I was waiting.
The fact that you have to do your own drum roll for your own dumb joke, like holy smoke.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's okay. So in any case, so when we were talking about like those who can't do teach type of deal, I was saying like the better you are at something, I think the harder it is to explain to somebody else because
Very
you
much.
innately do it. And so you're just like, I don't understand why you don't get it. And so I likened it to like, all those memes about kids who are like, you thought this was hard. Have you ever sat with your parent at the kitchen table doing your math homework? That is 1,000% true because my mom, brilliant with numbers, just like, and so when we used to sit together and work on my math homework, she would get so frustrated with me. I don't understand why you don't get it. It's so easy. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I think I have dyscalculia. Like, I see numbers forwards, backwards, upside down. Like, it's not working for me. But I was saying to Daddy Bear that the way that he explains things, when he's really good at something, is just like you should already understand it, and he's just giving you like a general overview of that thing. And so like it's like, oh yeah, like you just do this and then this, and then we're all looking at him like, I don't know if we're that smart. Like we're not on the train with you. The train is moving, and I'm running behind.
No, but that's like I feel like if I'm really good at something, I don't necessarily want to teach you because again, move out the way, I can just do it.
Interesting.
Right?
See, I didn't even go there with that, but that's a good
Right. I feel like it's not so much that if you're good at doing the thing, then you can teach the thing. I think you have to be like good at like people, like communication in general.
Yes,
And if
1,000% I agree.
you're someone who is good at communication, then you can kind of figure something out and communicate anything, which is why you have people like you who are trash at math but can
Wow.
still put it together.
Why Why are we out here just saying things like I'm trash at math? It might be true, but like, we don't just
So
throw that out there.
yeah, like people like you
People
know,
like
maybe,
you who are trash at math.
or
Wow.
like, or you hear it all the time, like teachers be like, oh my gosh, I found out I'm teaching kindergarten and I've been teaching grade 7 my entire teaching career. How
Mhm,
am I going to do this? But because again, you have those communication skills
mhm.
kind of like ingrained in you, you can download something, figure out something, grab a lesson from somewhere, talk to a teacher about how they've taught this lesson in the past, and you can make it your own and go give it to somebody else. I think that's what, it's not so much of can those who, what is it, what's the saying, those who
It's
can do or
those
can't
who
do.
can do, those who can't do teach. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
Like
weird.
if you
I feel
can do it, if hold on. Yeah, those who can do, those who can't teach.
teach. Okay. I feel like you have to be someone who can communicate. And if you can communicate, then you can be a teacher. And you can pretty much you can get away with teaching a lot of things, because again, what we see a lot of times is there's a lot of people, I don't know if you should be in a classroom, my friend.
It's true
But
though. Yeah.
because you have a way with the words and you can communicate whatever the lesson is or the curriculum document is to the children, you get to stay here for, you know, 30 odd years. Like,
You get to stay. You know what? It's funny you say that though, because the exact opposite is true, right? There are teachers who are brilliant and really
mm,
good at like, they know all of the things that they need to teach, but are horrible communicators. And so it
true.
never translates into what needs to like be delivered to the students, which is
But
super.
I find like even in that, I always think it's weird for me, let's say like, and I'm sure people
Because
have
you're
gone through this
gifted.
before. No, wasn't gonna talk about myself. Wasn't gonna talk about myself.
We need
I
like
think
a one of those things that pops up. Gifted count. Bing one.
um I think it's always weird, like if I'm a teacher and I have a colleague and I think my colleague is a very good teacher,
Mhm.
but then all I hear is Miss so and so is the worst teacher in the world from the students. Like it's something that is so hard for me to like grasp, like especially when I was a guidance counselor, you have kids come and be like,
What did you say?
grasp,
You know you said
grasp,
graps. You know you
no, grasp, to your ears or your
nah
headphones,
you
your expensive headphones are not working.
my what headphones?
Your expensive headphones are not working.
You said expensive and you said graps.
Anyways,
But do continue. Yeah.
my point is like when I was a guidance counselor, I heard it all the time from students saying like, oh my gosh, I hate this class or I hate this teacher because they can't teach. Like that's the sentence.
Yeah.
And I would always have to be like, whoa. And this is not even like, oh, I'm taking up for the teacher or something like that. But no, no,
Mhm.
no. I've sat in these educators classes. These guys know what they're doing. I've gone to them myself like, hey, I need help teaching
Mhm.
this lesson or going through this material with the class, and they have given me information that I made just perfect sense for me to now go and give it to a group of students. So don't tell me that these guys don't know how to teach. So I don't get what that disconnect is when it comes to, again, when it comes to
I do.
communication. What?
It's boring, right? Kids are in it
Mm,
for fun. So even if you're a stellar teacher, but you're dry or you have a very like maybe not a rote way, but maybe a rote way, like you again, you have a way of doing things, you know it's effective in terms of producing the
okay.
results that you want. And so
Okay.
like you're not really gonna like, you know, jazz it up or like, you know, try different things. Sometimes it's just like a like, no, you need to know these things. And so I'm going to give you these things. And so, from an adult perspective, yeah, it's effective. Yes, we understand it. But from a kid's
Mm.
perspective, I'm bored. I'm checked out. I'm not even paying attention to you. So, yeah, it feels like the teacher can't teach, but what they really want is a show.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Do you think that that whole like um student perspective of I've checked out, I'm done, I don't want to be here, your class is boring, has increased post COVID, like just that mindset?
1,000%. That's not even a debate. I think kids are so like programmed to be entertained that they don't know how to not be entertained. Like, um, and I don't know if that's a COVID thing necessarily. That just might be increase in technology. I actually saw something the other day, this article online about how addictive like social is for young kids and things like that.
Mm,
Um, and I would say the same for like video games and even just like games on the iPad. Like all of that stuff, regardless if we want to like admit it or not, it's definitely reprogramming children in a different way, right? um all of those, like, technology provides like instant gratification. And so if as a teacher you're not then providing instant gratification, I think kids check out faster. That's not to say that like teachers who don't provide instant gratification are bad teachers. It's just to say that like I think the current, you know, what it was, the current environment of teaching is one of like move quickly, um, make it entertaining, like
mm.
wow me, right? Kids always want to be wowed. And okay, go ahead. I feel like you have something
Yeah,
to say. Okay, go ahead.
no, because I have a different opinion. I feel like, especially post COVID,
Mm-hmm.
kids have been learning to like understand themselves and entertain, especially entertain themselves. So
What?
yeah, think about
Okay,
it.
go for it. No,
If
I
I'm
disagree, but go for it.
think of it, if I'm at home
Mm-hmm.
by myself in front of a computer for 2 years with my parents, or caregiver, whoever in the house somewhere, or maybe not even at home because they had to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I had to at some point, because again, this is not, yes, we knew, again, both of us taught online, so we knew that there's kids that these guys did zero work, right?
Yes.
And but you also know that there was kids that like figured out like, okay, I can apply whatever independent skills that I have and
Mm-hmm.
get through the year. So my COVID years of being online. And if
Mm-hmm.
you even take that to technology now, where yes, there's like gratification, however, there's still kids that the skill of sitting down in front of a video game and saying, okay, I need to pass this level, I need to build this thing. um that's something that these guys are like, they're dedicating whatever aspect of their life, they're dedicating their life to doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So they should, in my mind, they should be able to take that skill, and somebody has to teach them, sorry, how to take that skill and put it into their homework and
I
put
know,
it into their school life.
but you're not disagreeing with me. You're saying you disagree, but you're saying that someone needs to teach them to take that skill and
No,
transfer it, which
because
means they don't have it.
no, I think they do have it. They just don't see that it transfers into schoolwork and it transfers into the classroom. I think they have it
I don't.
and don't know that it transfers down, not down, but transfers into schoolwork.
Okay, but being entertained, you know what? Y'all are distracted here. You need to talk to you.
Yeah, look at this. Don't tear your head. Go
Not
over
it's
there, go
supposed to be
sit.
bedtime.
Go sit.
Oh, not a guest on the pod. I could just see you like
Again, I saw just something just like in the corner of my spidey senses said it. Person. Person.
Okay, so what I was saying is that I don't think that students know how to learn or even dedicate themselves to something that isn't also entertaining them. So the fact that they can go onto Minecraft and build something on Minecraft, they're being entertained, right? This video game aspect of it is the thing that makes them want to do it. But I think if it's not entertaining, meaning they're like, I think in teaching, like we refer to this as engagement, right? Like if they're
Yeah.
not engaged, maybe that doesn't look like a video game, but I think by the same token, they need to be doing something, right? Like if they're not building it in Minecraft, they need to build that thing in person. That's still like being entertained as you're learning. They can't
Yeah,
just like
I guess.
sit and learn and paperwork, right? Which is why there's been such a like a steer away from sheet work. And so
Okay.
when people go into classrooms often, or when like people that maybe aren't in classrooms all the time go into classrooms, they're like, there's a lot of sheet work happening here. That's what like admin will say, right?
Mm.
This is why your kids aren't engaged, because there's so much sheet work. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's what I said. I'm saying this is what admin is
Yeah,
saying. Right?
yeah.
There's a lot of sheet work happening here.
But like,
So
this is my problem. I think just with that statement altogether is because
mm,
again, okay, teachers like us, everybody knows, Mr. M, Miss Gray, the cool teachers. I'm not the like songing. Ooh, I'm making what's the thing that I always refer. Oh, I'm making the classroom into Starbucks today. That's how we're gonna learn math. Like that's not
um
that's not what I'm doing. I don't.
I did. I
I'm
did a
not.
reading cafe or a
Yeah,
cafe.
I'm not the type of teacher to do that. Like if you're the type of teacher to do that, hey, everyone makes money. Do with it what you like. For me though,
Groceries though.
exactly. For me though,
Mm-hmm.
it has to like if a idea comes to my mind and I can pull it off, then sure, go ahead. But I'm not the one to do the song and dance. I'd even know like for me, there's times where I told kids like, hey, I know you guys are with this whole paper and pen thing, but you see these notes.
Yeah.
You need like you need it. I there is no other way that we can that I can tell you Pythagorean theorem without you writing down the letters and the exponents. Like I don't know what you would like me to do.
Yeah.
Right. And I think for the most part, the kids themselves kind of just got like, hey, when Mr. M says like you need to write this down or you put a star beside this, like it's not, he's actually being serious. Like this is something that we actually like something that we actually need, which sounds like weird to say. But again, I think that kids, they have the skill and they just don't see that they can, I guess, push through the negatives that they're feeling. Because again, if I'm playing a video game and I'm
Mm-hmm.
stuck on a level, I'm gonna, if I actually enjoy the game, I can push through it, right, and get to the other side. That's where that like gratification, I guess, doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen.
Whoa, not okay.
That's it.
Wow.
Right? That's where that like instant gratification, it doesn't like, yes, it does happen in video games, but not all the time. Like you have to sit down. You have to push through. Especially as you're getting older. And I know I don't want to just stick on video games, but that's like in anything.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a kid and I realize like, hey, I don't know, I like music, I like making music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to sit down and push through and make a song and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think like we're talking along the same lines, but like I think we just, yeah. I don't think we agree maybe on what entertainment or what constitutes entertainment or entertaining. And why I say that, like, yeah, they need to be entertained to be engaged, or they expect, rather, maybe that's the better word. They expect entertainment in order
Mm,
to produce, because everything feels very transactional. I think that's actually the point I'm getting at. In
okay.
that, like, they're like, what do I get out of this? Right? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
why is this
yeah,
important to me? And if you can prove it to me, then
then I'll do it.
maybe I'll buy into. But I
Yeah.
feel like even that, like that attitude, that might happen in, high school, even middle school. But like I'm even watching, when I watch my oldest go to school and come back, there's just so much like wonder there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking about so much things, asking so many different questions, that like the buy-in of like, hey, teach me, I want to learn, give me something, but at the same time, like, give me what I want, not just what you want.
Mm-hmm.
um it's something that like teachers have to figure out.
I
And I
would also
think,
go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, I think that like that again, that skill, that wonder, that um perseverance, that drive, or like, hey, even though this doesn't make sense to me now, it might make sense to me later.
Mm-hmm.
Every kid has that. And it takes like a teacher, and cool, if you're gonna entertain, I don't know. If you're gonna entertain 24/7, I don't know how you pull that off personally. But if you're gonna entertain 24/7, like again, teachers, the man on Instagram, I don't know how they're pulling that off every day.
Every day out here
Every day
making songs, chanting, like
you're at school till 11 p.m. every
yeah,
day.
yeah. I
Like,
don't know.
no,
Out here
not
making
not over here.
raps.
Not over
Everybody
here. Yeah, not in the
look
real
around.
world.
Everybody on mute. Everyone's like, and then they're also filming it. How do you have time?
I don't know. So if you're in the process of trying to entertain people, then hey, do your thing. But is that really teaching them that I can do this
Even
on
if I
my
don't
own?
want, yeah, on my own.
Yeah, and I can do it even if I don't actually want to do it right now, which is a skill that everybody needs.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I have answers to this. But what I was going to say when I was interrupting is um when I said like also that it feels transactional and you're like, ah, maybe not so much in elementary. You want to know how it's transactional in elementary? A sticker,
Ooh, or a
right?
star.
Or a
Or a
star.
star. Yeah,
Like
yeah. A
excellent.
sticker or a star
And I
gets the
think that's where
job
it starts,
done.
right? Because you do something and instead of like doing it because like you want to do your best, which is how it may start, all of a sudden you start noticing people get stickers or people get praise. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, like,
I can do that too. Yeah.
yeah, like, and so, excuse me, I think, I think it just, it sets up a weird dynamic between education and you know education and the teacher and the individual. But I think if I go, this is like me now like going down a rabbit hole, I think that's by design, right? Because if we think of the purpose of school or why school exists in the onset, right? Like not now, but
Yeah.
it existed to build workers. And so you have to employ like this capitalist, transactional mindset in order for the system to run the way you want it to, right? In order to prepare them for this transactional experience.
I'm so sorry.
This is actually hilarious. I think you need to address it because people can't
I'm
see.
so
And so they
sorry.
don't, the people who can't see and who are listening to the pod aren't understanding what's happening.
You're not, so if you can't see, my youngest is up right now for reasons that she should not be, and is using
A
a
mylar balloon.
yeah, a balloon as like a wand that she thinks is a joke now.
I don't even know where we are in this, but I feel like that's actually a solid.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here. Again, we are teachers like us. You can find us
And the
wherever you
balloon.
decide to put wherever you decide to put your subscription dollars. If you're looking to stay up to date for when we are dropping a new episode, you can follow us on Instagram at teachers like us. If you're looking to see the young lioness over there get tamed eventually
Wow.
by a braid up, buy a braid up, buy a braid up, buy a braid up. You can follow
Oh.
her at
Alyssa G. Titer or historicallyspeaking.ca.
and we will hopefully see you babyless
And
next week
balloonless.
and balloonless
Peace.
next week. Peace.